Hey folks, Ryan here from Mista Rau's Gaming, and welcome to another solo playthrough video with me here today, where I'm going to be taking a look at Ring Circus by Devir Games, and designed by one of my favorite designers as of late, Fabio Lopiano, and also by Remo Conzadori. And the solo mode has David Turksey's name associated with it, so that's automatically got me very intrigued. Yes, Ring Circus, where we are going to be traveling around as this little circus around the United States, and we're going to be trying to put on the best shows, the most shows, and all the while competing against a much bigger company that's trying to, make a name for themselves as well. So, why don't you just join me down there at the table? We're going to learn how to play Ring Circus and do a complete playthrough with you today. And of course, if you have not done so already, please consider putting a like on this video, subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already, and that notification bell gets you notified every time that new videos come out on to this channel. So let's switch it on over. Let's go to the game area here where we're going to be taking a look at Ring Circus. And I've got everything all set up for our solo mode for us today. And as you can kind of see, there have been some areas that have been blocked off for this particular playthrough. We are set it up for a two-player game is how we do this. And in that, we have to block off a few areas. And luckily, the game comes with some tiles that allows us to kind of block those off so that we don't get distracted by those types of things. We have our end of game victory point cards all set up there. We've got our money cards. We've got our ticket cards and a nice little display of ticket performers. And we have a third party that's already kind of established some shows across the United States already over here. And then we are going to be competing against the Spectacular Automation Show. And I've chosen the red flying lady circus as my type of thing. Now, what are we going to be doing is what we want to do is we have a hand of cards here. I do have my hand of cards just kind of over here. I do start off with one end of game scoring card here, which says, hey, I'm going to want to put some shows on in the Indianapolis region, which is going to be this blue region down here. I need to want to put on either 2, 3, or 4 shows in that region to score myself some victory points at the end of the game. Also, what I have in my hand here is one red back ticket performer card here. It is the elephants. Of course, we want the elephants in our show. They're going to provide us with some victory points and some victory points at the end of the game as well. And then what you're most likely going to have in your hand are these money cards. And the money cards is actually what they are. They are money, but they also can be performers in your circus with a whole bunch of abilities at the bottom to try to improve the worth and victory points of your circus. So, those are my starting little bits here. So I am going to, I think we are ready to go. I've got my game area all set up here. I'm just going to have a little zoom in over here. You can kind of see this is going to be our player board where we're going to be building out our tableau. This is where we are going to be putting our performers in. And as we cover up certain icons, we're going to get certain benefits or take away certain benefits. As of right now, as I can see, I have a bunch of train icons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6. Yeah, I have 6 train icons, which means my little traveling circus, I can travel up to 6 towns away. I have a money icon here, which means whenever I have to draw money icons, I'm going to get at least 1 money icon. And I have a pedestal, which I'm going to keep track of on this track over here. So that's why I'm at 1. And this is kind of like the value of your performance, and certain cards are going to be able to adjust this level and be able to increase it, hopefully getting us more and more victory points as we perform our shows. And I have my automaton area is all set up already here too. They are, this is at the back of every one of those player boards here. We are going to play on the medium difficulty. We could also have had them easy difficulty, which is printed on the board, or we have the hard difficulty, which is on the flip side of this little token. I find it challenging enough to put on the medium difficulty. We have a bunch of tokens right here. They're going to be the types of performers that the automation show is going to be able to get over the time. They start off with 2 pedestals, and that their circus can travel up to 6 spaces away, and they have 2 decks of cards that they're going to be able to dictate their abilities to either recruit performers or travel and put on shows across the. And I will explain why there are 2 different decks in a little while. Okay, and of course we're going to go over, zoom into the game area here, because this is where the meat and potatoes of this game takes place here. Here's the competing circus. This is not the automa player themselves, but this is that competing circus that's just kind of go around, and this is going to be most likely our game timer, as it's going to progress around the outside edge of the map here until it gets to our major cities. Every time that this, I believe it's the Barnum Circus, reaches one of these major cities, some scoring is going to take place, and it's area majority. Whoever has the majority of who put on the majority of performances in a particular area, when it gets to a major city, they're going to score the most victory points. First place, I believe, is 10. Second place is 6. Third place is 3. And you can kind of see that the map is split off into a whole bunch of these smaller towns, which are going to be good at getting us money. So a bunch of those money cards. We have these medium-sized towns. So like in the Indianapolis area here, we've got Cleveland and Cincinnati. And Cleveland and Cincinnati are represented by this track right down here. Depending on the number of pedestals we have in our performance, we can either grab ourselves some victory points or recruit some more performers into our circus. And of course, the higher the value, the more victory points or the more performers you're going to be able to get. And then every region has one of these major performances. So there's a major performance in New York, Washington, D.C., and Indianapolis. And these are going to be straight up just victory points for ourselves. As you can see here in Washington, D.C., they are going to need, at minimum, you need the 9 leveled acrobatics card in order to score yourself 6 victory points. And based on your tableau, this area over here, based on your tableau, if you have a what are these? The kind of like the teal leveled performers to the right of your acrobatics and an animal performer to the left, you can actually score some more victory points. And hopefully I'll be able to explain that as we go on. So yes, so on your turn here, what you have to do is you're going to either you're going to put on a performance, which means you're going to travel and go put out a performance, or you're going to recruit some people to your particular circus. And we have rows here. We have rows for 3 circuses right now. So each row is kind of like their own separate circus for yourselves, and that's the set of performers that are going to take place, and you get to choose your row that you're going to evaluate for that particular show. All right, well, let's just hop right into it. So we are going to start. We have the Barnum tile here, so it means we are going to be the first player in this particular circus here. And the very first thing that actually each player is going to do on their very first turn is that you actually have to activate, or you have to recruit a performer. Now, as of right now, we don't have very much in the way of performers. We only have a few money cards and this one elephant performer. So I think we're going to have to try to recruit somebody a little bit more lower level. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to recruit this this cowgirl to my particular board here. So I'm going to take this, and it's going to cost the upper left corner is going to be how much it's going to cost to put this performer into play. So it's going to cost $4 in order to put her into and recruit her into my circus. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go to my area here. And now I got to choose which row I'm actually going to put this performer into. And I don't want to cover up my icons just yet here. This icon, when eventually I'll be able to draw some more money cards, some more victory point cards. Actually, you know what? Let's start off. Let's just by going in that very top row here. I'm going to put her into play, which means I have to now pay $4 to put her into my circus. And for my money cards that I have, well, actually, right off the bat here, I had 3 5s that I want that I could. Now what I can do is I can pay. I don't get any change. And I think the one that I will pay for is, you know what? I think I'll give up this. Looks like a horse trainer here. I really don't really matter about this ability just yet. So here I'm going to pay $5 to that. So I'm just going to discard it. And now they are part of my circus, and they increase my pedestal area. As you can see, it has a pedestal icon, so they increase my pedestals. And they will also increase my pedestals if I manage to put more, if I looks like animal cards to the right of this one, which I do have an animal card in my hand. So hopefully I'll be able to put this one into that performance later on. Okay, so that's my first turn, and so then the Automa, they're going to do their very first turn, and their very first turn is actually just to reveal their very first performer icon, which looks like it's kind of like this animals or dogs, some sort of dogs or wolves are going to be part of their show. Okay, now we're going to go into our turn. And let's take a look at what we want to do. So now on my turn, I can either recruit some more into my play area, or I can go and I can put on a performance. And the first region that's going to score is going to be this Indianapolis region. So I'm going to want to maybe try to get some presence into that region. And right now I can travel up to 6 spaces away, and that 6 spaces away would be, how much can I actually get? I can see Cleveland will give me some bonuses if I have a cowboy person in my performance. And I actually do, because my area, I did just recruit this cowgirl. And they have that icon, so I can automatically get an automatic 2 pedestals towards my performance. And I already have 2 pedestals already on my player board, so that means I would get 4 pedestals. But in Cleveland, that would be I would only be able to get up to this level right there. Wouldn't be able to go much further than that. But can I get to, oh no, but Cincinnati, I wouldn't get that bump because they're looking for magicians in Cincinnati to give them extra bumps. I think at this time, I'll just go and I'll grab myself some money cards. And how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to travel to, Steubenville. So I'm going to take my little marker. This is where I get the start. The Automa player got the start in the next scoring region, which is Indianapolis. And of course, the Barnum Circus is starting up here in New York for this particular game. I will travel 1, and then you skip over any places that I've already have performances already. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can go right there into Steubenville. And I'm going to put on a performance. Now, to put on a performance in a small town is actually really easy. You don't really need much in the way of performers or anything. You just put on the performance. So I'm going to put down one of my little tents to say that I've performed in Steubenville here. And now that I performed in Steubenville, now I'm going to get some sort of rewards. And in small towns, you actually get, based on the little area right here, first off, you get money cards equal to the number of money icons on your player board, which my player board, I have 1 money icon. So I'm going to get 1 money card there. And plus, I'm also going to get money cards equal to the town that I'm in. So that's another 1. So it's 2. And any other small towns neighboring that have not had performances in. So I'm drawing in the locals from around the area, which on my area here, that is 2 more. So I got 1 from my player board, 2, 1 from my area that I'm performing, and then I'm going to get another 2 because there are 2 small towns next to that one that have not had performances in. So I'm just going to get a total of 4 money cards. I'm just going to draw off the top of the deck here. 2, 3, and 4 to help me pay for some more performances. And so you can see that I have a whole nice array. Ooh, that's actually nice when you want to put on a performance in a medium-sized city. You actually get an additional 2 pedestals. I'm gonna maybe want to keep that around. And another one that increases the number of pedestals. Okay, perfect. Ooh, got lots to think about here. Lots and lots to think about. And so then that's my errand. So that's my turn. I put in on a performance in that small town. And every time that you put on a performance, the Barnum Circus is going to move. And they move counterclockwise along the edge of the board. So they're going to come up here to Bridgeport. Okay, now it's the Automa's turn. And they are dictated by their deck of cards here. So let's just take a look at what their first action is going to be. And looks like they are going to they're going to recruit a performer, and they are also going to increase their pedestals. So they're going to increase their pedestals to 1, and they are going to now take a performer, and we're going to take a performer from the top row. I'm just going to come over here. Whoops, nope, don't have that set up. So they're going to take a performer from the top row here, and they have an order of preference. First order of preference is they're going to take a performer that is required for a large city. And so right now, large cities need a 10 elephant or a 9 acrobat or a 11 lion. And looks like there is a 9 acrobat here. So they are going to recruit that into their tableau area. I'll put that over here. And yeah, so that's what they do. And then of course at the end of their turn too, they are going to discard 1 off of the deck, and then all of these are going to slide over, and a few more are going to get revealed. All right, so that is the Automa's turn. They have got themselves a acrobat, and they increased their pedestals by 1. So they're gonna, when they go to put on shows, that's gonna help them get some more victory points in that area. Okay, back on to us. So we've got them. We put on a show right there. I feel like I need to recruit some more, but I don't have any more pedestals except for if I put in, I might actually try this because I do have enough money in order to do so, is I'm thinking about putting this 10 level elephant into my circus. I do need one to put on a performance in Indianapolis itself. So I think this might be a good play for ourselves. And I'm going to put it in the row with my cowgirl here. And the value of that cowgirl is 4. The value of my elephant here is 10. So I'm going to need to pay $6, the difference between their values, in order to put them into this performance. I'm just going to kind of set it right here for a second. And I have so much, I have a ton. I have actually a ton of money here. Unfortunately, I'm going to be overpaying once again, but I think I'm just going to pay. I'm going to pay $7 to that, and I will put that elephant into play here. That's going to cover up this icon, which means I get to draw a money card. So I will do that, and I get another money card at $5 that is going to help me increase my pedestals if I want to put on a performance in a medium city. And also, since I put in a animal card next to the right of my cowgirl here, I actually get to increase my pedestals by 1 again. So yeah, so I have 1, 2, and then 1 to the right, 3. So I am at 3 pedestals. That is perfect. And this one also says that if I ever have any of these teal performers to the left of this elephant at the end of the game, well, I'm going to be able to score some victory points. Now you're probably asking, well, how can you, now that you've put this elephant in here, how can I put possibly something to the left? Well, if I put in something of a lower value, now lower than 10, it's actually going to shift this card over and it's going to fill in this spot right here. And the best thing about that is anything that's now less than 10, greater than 4, actually anything that's bigger than 4 now, but less than 10 is actually going to be free for me to actually put into my circus. I don't have to pay any difference. They are already covered per se. So that's actually kind of a nice way of doing that. Okay, so I put in another performer. That is perfect. So now we're going to go over to the Automa's turn. And they are going to draw the next card in their deck, which is going to be, hey, they're going to be recruiting another performer and increasing their pedestals again. Okay, they are really rocking this. They're going to grab another performer. Let's go over to that game area and let's see what they can. Okay, so first they're focusing on the major cities. They already got the 9 acrobat. Let's see, is there an 11 lion or a 10 elephant? There is not. So now we're going to go next to their preference. And their preference right now is these teal level performers. And they're going to grab the highest valued teal that they do not own already. And for them, that is going to be this 14. Looks like the person being shot out of a cannon. That'll be the next one that's going to go into their area. And then this one is also going to get discarded because that's just the way that the Automa player works. And these are going to shift on down. So they are recruiting performers left, right, and center to put on some very elaborate shows ahead of us eventually. So we both recruited performers. So that means that the Barnum is not increasing its position on this track just yet. So now we're going to come to us. And do I come down to Cincinnati now and maybe put on, or maybe do I jump over to Cleveland? Because Cleveland actually wants cowboy hats. Cowboy hats increase. That might be a play for me. I think I am going to hop on over to Cleveland. I still have enough range to do it. I can still travel up to 6 spaces away. So let's do that. I'm going to come over to Cleveland. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 over here to Cleveland. And I'm going to put on a performance. And my performance that I'm going to be, obviously I only have just the one performance area that I have. I do have 3 pedestals. Plus, since I have a cow person in my area, I get an additional 2 pedestals. So 3 plus 2, I got 5 pedestals, which means I can put on performance up to a level 5 in Cleveland, which is going to be awesome. And I could actually, if I wanted to, I could actually bump that up. Actually, that's actually really quite. I actually have this instantaneous card. If I'm putting on a performance in a medium city, I can get an additional temporary 2 pedestals if I discard this card, which means that would take me from a 5 pedestal performance to a 7, which is worth more. So I think I am going to do that. I am going to discard this card, and I will put on a 7 pedestal performance in Cleveland. And for our scoring, so we're going to come down here. So we're putting on a medium level. So I evaluated my pedestals. I had 7 pedestals. So now I have my choice. I can either take victory points. So in that one, they are worth 5 victory points in that city, or I can take tickets. And in this city, since I put on a 7 level performance, I can draw 3 tickets. And these performers are the ones that you do want to get. So I think I am going to take the tickets in this particular area. So now which ones am I going to want? Let's see here. Maybe if I have, okay, I do see that there are some teals that are less than, and I get bonus points if I have teals that are less than my elephant. That's actually kind of nice. I think I'm I'm going to draw 1. Okay, and I can draw up to, I can draw 2 more because I put on this level of performance. So I got 1. Let's see here. Ooh, penguins get me some more money if I need to. So 1, and then I think I will. You know what? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to draft those penguins. 2, and then I'm not really sure about these other ones here, so am going to just draw one off of. I'm just going to draw one off the top of the deck, which is going to be a 8 level. Ooh, the fire breather. Okay, so then those are the 3 performers that I am going to select as my reward for putting on this performance. This one is going to slide on down, and these are going to refill. I'll put these into my hand here. And since I put on a performance, I have to move the Barnum Circus over 1 space. And one thing that I did forget to mention here is that even though I did put on this, and I got my reward here, I forgot that I still have to actually draw money cards equal to the number of money icons that are on my player board. And on my player board, I have is 1 icon, so I should have still got 1 money card as a reward for this thing, and that is another $5. All right, so I put on my performance. Let's move on into the Automas area. They are going to put on their next card, which is they are drafting cards again. They're not increasing their pedestals this time around, so they are just doing performances. Grabbing people. So again, we are going to take a look at, is there so they already have the 9 level acrobat. Now, do we have a 10 elephant or an 11? Oh, there is an 11 lion in the row here. So they will draft that. And we have to put it in order of their board. That actually is going to matter. Hopefully when we get to see them score a circus. We will discard the rightmost card, and these ones are going to shift on over. Just like that. Okay, and so they've recruited 3 times in a row, have not put on a performance yet. What is going on? So let's take a look at our turn now. Our turn is, I think I'm going to put in this 7 level acrobat for myself. I'm going to put in this 7 level acrobat onto my player board, and I'm actually going to put it into this row because since it's going to be to the left of the 10, I actually don't have to pay any money cards in order to do that. So it's just, this one's just going to slide on over. I'm essentially going to be losing a train icon, and I'm going to be putting this into here. So even though I'm covering up this spot again here, I do not get its benefit. I have already grabbed it once when I put down the elephant. So it's essentially, I'm just kind of moving over. It's just this new icon that I'm covering up, which means I'm losing a train icon. But he does have a pedestal icon, which means my pedestals do increase by 1 once again. So now I have 1, 2, 3, and then an orange to the right of this card, 4. So I have 4 pedestals. There we go. So I recruited to my turn. Barnum does not move because I did not put on a performance. We will go over to the Automa now. And the Automa is going to... Is that... oh, yes. So he's going to recruit. He's going to recruit once again. And his train value actually goes down by 1 this time around. So here we go. Let's go back to the game board where he's going to draft. Let's see here. They already got a 11 lion and a 9 acrobat. Is there a 10 elephant? There is not a 10 elephant. So now we are going to go to its preferred, which means he wants an animal card. And there's no animal cards up there. So now we're going to go to his next preference, which is just going to be the highest value that he doesn't already have. And I see that he already has a teal 14, so that is not going to be the one. So the next one in line is going to be this 13 strongman. is going to be the one they are going to recruit, and we're going to make sure we put that in the appropriate order. Oh boy, I just moved everything over and put that right there. All right, and that is going to be that. This is going to get discarded, and these are all going to shift and fill. And it is on to our turn, and I think I am not going to delay this anymore. I am going to head on down to Indianapolis to put on a major performance. And I can do that. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4. I still got 5 movement, plenty of movement. 1, 2, 3, 4 into Indianapolis. Whoops, I guess that's only just 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, yeah, just 3 into Indianapolis. And I am going to put on this performance way down here. I got to make sure that do I have a 10 level elephant in my area, which I do. Right there is my 10 level elephant, so I can put on this performance. And so I'm automatically going to score 6 victory points. And since I am the first one here, I'm going to score an additional 3 victory points. So I'm up to 9 victory points. And do I still have any bonuses? I do. I do have a teal leveled performer to the left of my elephant right here. That's why I put him there. So then I am going to score, so 6 plus 3, that's 9, plus another 4. That's going to be 13 victory points for myself. So there we go. I'm first on the map to 13 victory points right there. And of course, I always forget this too. Even though I'm putting on a major level performance, which is only getting me victory points, I have to go to my player board and I'm going to grab that money card that I do have, because I have 1 money card icon on my board. So I will draw myself 1 more money card. And keeping in mind, I have a hard hand limit of 10 cards. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 9. So I'm going to have to start recruiting some more people. But at least right now in this area, down in this area here, I now have the majority of performances. My opponent has not put on any performances yet. Just keeps on recruiting people, but that's kind of scary when they actually finally start doing some performances. I put on a performance, which means Barnum is actually going to move up again. All righty. I think that is everything for that major performance. So now let's move on over to the Automas area, and let's see what their next action is going to be. Oh, they are finally going to put on a performance. Okay, so let's see how this actually works for them. They are going to put on a performance, and the performance they're going to put on is they have to put on a performance in the next scoring region, which is Indianapolis area here for them. So they're going to put on a performance in this region. Their first thing they're going to try to do is they are going to try to put on a performance in the major city. If they're going to put on a performance in the major city, they need to have that base requirement here of the 10 level elephant. They do not have a 10 level elephant, so that is not going to be the case, or they are not going to perform in the major city. So the next thing you're going to do is they're going to try to go down and they're going to put on the best performance possible in one of the medium cities, so either in Cleveland or Cincinnati. And we're going to take a look at their icons. They do not get any bonus icons because in Cleveland and Cincinnati want either cowboys or magicians. The Automa area right now only just has these kind of like these wolves or these dogs. That's not going to be the case. So they're not going to get any bonus pedestals. But our Automa opponent does have, they do have 4 pedestals currently for themselves. So they're going to put on a performance that's going to get them the best possible result. And that looks like right now it's going to be in this is different in the solo mode, because the solo player needs to have at least 5 pedestals in order to put on a performance in a medium city. And yes, they have to have at least 5, and they do not have 5 pedestals. Oh dear. Oh dear. So they cannot perform in a medium city, which means they are going to put on a performance in a small city. And it's going to be the smallest city that is closest to Barnum in their scoring region. So they are going to come up here to Toledo, and they will put down one of their tents in Toledo. Essentially, when Barnum gets over to this area, they're going to have to skip over a little bit faster. Oh, here I thought that the Ottawa players are going to start crushing us in the performances, but they have actually in this Indianapolis scoring region, they do not have they didn't have the requirements for Indianapolis, and they actually didn't have enough pedestals in order to do the medium city. So that was actually surprising. I didn't actually think about that. Okay, and Barnum is going to move here. Barnum is going to move one space, and they have to skip over any places that have 10, so they're coming over here to Rochester. Okay, so now it is on to us, and where are we going to go? / what kind of performances can we put on? I have, if I am to show you here, I have a mittful of cards that I am just waiting to put into place. So let's try that then. Let's I can put in some more. Oh, and I'm just trying to look at what we have available up at the top there. I do need some more icons. And let's just see what kind of icons do I have that I can put into play. Actually, I have all my money cards are 5s, which they don't provide you with any. They don't provide you with any of the performing icons for these medium cities. They can help you though put out big performances. I think though I should. Let's actually. I'm going to put down one of these. Actually, I'm actually. You know what? I'm going to just put into my area. I'm going to put down my penguins. Here, I'm going to actually put my penguins into the bottom row here. I'm going to have to use a 5 in order to pay for that. And I have 2 of these ones, which means I'm just going to pay with this 5 right here. Put it up there. And that's just going to get me another money icon for when I put on my performances. I'm going to get to draw some more money cards for myself. And hopefully I can also maybe get myself a 9-leveled performer so that I can get some extra bonus points in this Washington, D.C. area. Okay, so I have recruited. That is going to be my turn. So now let's take a look at my opponent's turn. And they are just simply going to flip over their next icon. So now they have Cowboys into their turn, and their pedestals are going to increase by 1. Okay, so then that's the Ottawa's turn. On to us. Are we going to put in some more performances? I feel like I should probably get some more money. I need a greater diversity in money, but I also need to kind of clear up some. I need to clear up my hand here. So I think. Oh, should I? You know what? I think I am going to put on a. I'm going to put in another. Do I put on another perform? No. Oh, gosh. Do you know what? I think because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 cards in my hand. I think I'm just going to put on another small performance in a small town here. I'm going to come over here to Greensburg. And I'm going to put on a performance there. So put on a performance, and I am in a small town, which means I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, and there's no other small towns besides. So I'm going to get 3 money cards as my reward for putting on this performance in Greensburg. Okay, so 3 money cards. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully get some diversity. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at my limit of 10, and okay, I really didn't. I got some more 5s and 4s, which, hey. Okay, I will just put those into my little tray here area, and we will move on to that put on a performance, which means Barnum is going to move into the next town over, which is Buffalo. And can I moving on? Okay, Automa, what are you doing? Oh, they are flipping over their next tile again and increasing their pedestals, which is going to be really, really scary here in a little bit. On to my turn, which I think, oh gosh, I have so many cards in my hand, which I think I'm just going to have to put on some performances. And I think I'm going to put on I'm going to hire an artist again. This artist that I am going to hire is going to be another level 4. I'm going to put it right here into this row here, covering up one of my train icons again. So I'm losing momentum on my trains. It's going to cost me $4, and I think the one that I'm going to discard is going to be. Actually, I'll discard. I'm just going to discard this one for $5. And well, that's going to be part of that turn. That does increase my pedestals by 1, and it'll increase my pedestals again 1 for every purple level performer that I have to the right of this person. And also, I've completed a column. And when you complete a column, you get the benefits down at the very bottom here, which means I actually get to put in one of these end of game scoring cards into play. And so I think the one that I am going to put in play is my Indianapolis card. I feel comfortable doing this because I have put on 4 performances in the Indianapolis area, which means I am going to actually score 10 victory points at the very end of the game. I just got to go, which icon am I going to cover up on this left column here? And since I do have a money icon on these penguins, and I have tons of money right now, I think I'm okay with covering up that money icon right there. So I am going to score myself some victory points at the end of the game, 10 to be exact, because I've put on those performances in Indianapolis area. All right, so we put on that performance. So now we're on to our Automa opponent. They are going. What are they going to do? Please put on. Okay, they are going to put on a show. They're going to put on a show in the area that is going to be the next scoring area. That is going to be in this Indianapolis area. They do not have the majority in this area, so they want to stay here and try to get that majority. Do they have the 10 level elephant? They do not. Not yet. They do not have the 10 level elephant. But they do have at least 5 pedestals this time. They have 6 pedestals. Part of this, and they have all these icons now. They will be performing in a medium city. Just which medium city are they going to want to go into? They can either go into Cleveland or into Cincinnati, whichever one's going to give them the most. And let's see here. It looks like Cleveland might be one. They get a 2 pedestal bonus because they do have the cowboy hat in their area. So that's going to be 1, 2. They are sitting currently at 6 pedestals in their area, so that they have 8 pedestals that they can use. But that is not going to get them. That is not going to get them very high because I have taken away that area, so they need 9 pedestals to get into that. So it means they will just get 5 pedestal bonus if they go to Cleveland. If they go to Cincinnati. They need magicians to get the bonus. They do not have magicians, and they only just have 6 pedestals, which means they will score the exact same amount of points based on no matter where they have went on this one. They will currently go to, I think they will go to Cincinnati, since I have not put a performance on in Cincinnati yet. So they will go 1, 2, 3 over to Cincinnati, and they will put on that performance of 6. and that associates them. They are going to score themselves 3 victory points for doing so. Oh my gosh. You know what? Let's rewind that again, because I should have paid attention to their card. They actually get a 2 pedestal bonus for their performance, so they actually will go to Cleveland. They actually are going to go to Cleveland, because with that 2 pedestal bonus for the card and for having cowboy hats, that's 4. So they actually do have enough that they will actually overtake me on that particular track, and that's actually going to score them 7 victory points, which is a lot. That's a lot better for them than the 3 victory points from the previous one. So there we go. So then they put on a performance. So the Barnum is going to move forward, and they are just, that's ever getting so closer and closer to Indianapolis, where the first scoring round is going to take place. Okay, on to us. What the heck are we going to want to do? I don't have very many. Well, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at the cowboy stuff here, because I have the cowboy icons, but I don't have any of the other icons. And I am only currently sitting at 5 pedestals. Only currently sitting at 5 pedestals. That is not the greatest. But that could potentially get me some more. That could get me some more tickets in some areas. Like, I could probably get over to Pittsburgh. Whoops, go over to my area here. I have 4 trains, and I can go 1, 2, 3. I can get to Pittsburgh and put on a performance of level 5 pedestals. That's going to get me 2 more performers, which could very much help me. Yeah. Actually, that might be my play this time around. So I'm going to go out of the Indianapolis area currently, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 into Pittsburgh. And I will put on a performance. I currently have 5 pedestals. I haven't increased that by all. So 5. I do not have a clowny face, which is in Pittsburgh's kind of preferred thing. So I'm just going to be doing a 5 pedestal performance. So I will take this and I will put that into Pittsburgh on 5 here. And I can either draw 2 more performers or take 3 victory points. And I'm looking at probably grabbing some cards here. I do see that there's the 11 level lion that is going to be needed for the New York performance. I think that is going to be one that I am going to grab. And there isn't the 9 level performance for the Washington, D.C. major area. So I think I will just draw one off the top and maybe get lucky. Okay, it's a 7 level acrobat, so not the greatest. And we will refill that. And Barnum is going to move because, I should grab my money cards. I have 1 money icon on my area, so I will grab my 1 money card for that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm still at a hand limit of 10, so I'm still good. Okay, and sorry, did I move them yet? Oh gosh, well, we can actually count this up. I put on 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 performances have went. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I had not moved it yet, so it's now in Cleveland. Okay, let's take a look at the Automa turn. What are they going to do on their particular turn? They are going to put on a performance, and they actually get an extra 2 pedestals again. Okay, so they still don't have the 10 level elephant. They cannot perform in Indianapolis. They will now move to the next main minor city, and they do have enough movement. They have 5 movement. They do have 5 movements, so they can go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they can definitely get to Cincinnati. They'll come over here to Cincinnati. They do not have the magician's icon. They do not have the magician's icon. That must be this last one right here. But they do have 6, 7, 8 pedestals for their performance here. So they will put on a 8-level performance right there, and that's going to score them another 5 victory points. 5 and 7, that's going to give them 12. And Barnum is going to move, and that's going to skip a couple towns to Fort Wayne. So the next performance is going to trigger a scoring round, and now I'm starting to get worried because now they have 3 in that area to my 4. Hopefully I can put on another performance and bump that and give myself the majority. Okay. Well, let's go on to us. And can I put on a performance? Can I put on a performance? That is the question that I should be asking myself. And I think what I will do is, I don't have the 9-level acrobat. I could not do very well down here. I am thinking I will probably just end up recruiting somebody. And I think the person that I'm going to recruit, oh gosh. Maybe I should recruit the lion. What else can I recruit though? I could actually, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I think I might recruit the lion. Might start heading towards New York City here. If I recruit the lion in this area, I'm going to need 7. I'm going to zoom in on that here. Since that is a level of 4, this is a level, so I'm going to need $7, and I do have all of that. And when I cover up this spot, I am going to get to draw myself another end of game scoring card, which is going to be very, very handy. So why not? Let's do that. I'm going to actually put this into play right here. I'm going to need $7 to, there's 5 and another. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to use these 2. That's going to be $10. I know that's way, way, way overkill, but I think that's just going to be the play for myself. I'm going to put that into play here. I'm going to get myself an end of game scoring card. So I'm just going to draw it off the top here. And this is going to give me bonuses for, this is going to give me victory points for every major city that I actually put a performance in. So right now, this is worth 5 victory points for me because I put in 1 major city. If I get in all 3 major cities, I'm going to get 10 victory points. Interesting. So that's going to go into my hand, and I think I'm still underneath my hand limit. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm at 8 cards. Perfect. I didn't put on a performance. Ottawa is probably going to put on another performance. Yes, they will be. It is not hard mode, so they are not going to get another pedestals. But they will put on a performance. They cannot. Let's see here. I'm going to come over to the game area here. They cannot perform in Indianapolis. Still, they do not have the 10-level elephant. They have already put on performances in both Cleveland and in Cincinnati. So they are just going to put on a performance in a small town. And that is just going to be in it's got to be ahead of the Barnum Circus. So they are going to put it on in Columbus here. They are going to put on a performance just like that. And yeah, I think that's just all that's going to do for them. And that is going to push the Barnum Circus forward 1 space. They are now in Indianapolis. And since we currently have the Barnum Circus card here, at the end of our turn, we're going to trigger a score. We're going to trigger a scoring round. So I guess I have to pay attention to what I'm going to do. Maybe I'm going to do some more recruiting here. Let's just see what I want to recruit, though. I am looking at... I am looking at... I can actually recruit any one of these here, so I think I'm actually going to recruit... I know it doesn't help me immediately, but it does help me in the end of game. Oh my god, or not. Do I not do that yet? Arg. I'm just thinking I'm probably because I'm gonna put this in. I'm actually gonna put this card into play. And I'm going to put it in play on the top row because it is greater than 7. It's less than 10, so I can put it in between the two. There's a couple reasons why I'm doing this. One thing, it is another teal colored card that is less than the 10. So they're worth 2 victory points each. So that's 4 victory points at the end of the game for those 2 cards. And there is a animal card to the right of this one. That's another 3 victory points for this card. So it's kind of why I really wanted to put that there. Also, now that I've covered up this space, I'm allowed to swap 2 cards in my... I'm allowed to swap a couple cards in my tableau here. And I'm thinking the cards that I'm going to swap are going to be the... really don't know. Actually, do I even really want to swap any cards? I don't see the benefit of doing so. Yeah, I actually don't see the benefit of actually swapping any cards. So I'm mainly just putting that there for victory points at the end of the game at this point. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it that way. So that is the end of my turn. Now we are going to do the scoring. And so now we are going to score the Indianapolis region. I have 4 performances. My opponent here has 4 performances. And so I believe that just means we just share in the victory points. And I'm just going to just quickly just double check that once again here. It is going to be for... When move Barnum next to the... Yeah, when Barnum reaches the first main city, there will be a scoring at the end of your turn. At that point, you will move the Barnum tile next to the... Okay, yeah. Oh, I guess I should go to this section where it actually does the actual main scoring. Here, yep, right there. Piles next to the... With the... Yeah, that goes that. Okay, ties are broken as follows. The player with a token on the leftmost slot of the main city wins the tie, which is me. I am in there. So I break the tie. So I'm going to get 10 victory points for myself. So that is going to put me up to 23. Then our opponent is going to get 6 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. And that is going to be that. And so now this tile is now going to go next to our opponent, so that when it gets to the next major city, which is Washington, D.C., they are going to, if it ends on their turn, then they'll trigger the scoring. Okay, so that is that. It is on to our opponent's turn. And now... Oh, right, after the very first city. After the first city scores, that means we are now no longer using the Toy Soldier deck of cards here. We are now going to be using the Toy Monkey set of cards, which really kind of like now starts really progressing things a little bit quicker for them to get them scoring there. So let's take a look here. So they are going to, they're going to recruit another person. Let's take a look at that area. Here. So they still don't have the 10 level. Oh, but that's actually not going to be any... That's not really going to do anything for them anymore. So that 10 level elephant. So now they are going to go to their preferred, which it looks like it's animals. And they're going to take the highest valued animal that they don't have, which is going to be this 5 seal. And that's going to go into there. This is also going to get discarded because they are recruiting at this point. So sliding, sliding, sliding. This comes over here. This goes over right there. We're going to hop on over to the Automa area where this is going to go to the far left here. So I'm just going to kind of just kind of do it like that for themselves. And that is their turn, because then nothing else happens because we are not playing on easy mode. Now it's on to us. On to us, and we need to... Oh boy, okay, and then nothing came out up there. So I'm gonna have to come to grips that I'm not going to get a I am not going to get a thing into Washington, D.C., since there is going to be no way that I'm going to actually be able to get that card up there. And I don't have any wolves. So I think I'm just going to have to probably put on a bunch of small town performances to try to get some monies and whatnots. Actually, what I could actually, I didn't actually, I just saw this. Let's take a look at this one. So I'm going to go to my area here. Is I have this level 3 magician, which which would actually help me with my pedestal problem that I have, because I'm not getting anything else. So I'm actually going to put this into play. I'm going to put it in my top row here, mainly because it's going to push everything over. I'm going to score 7 victory points by pushing it over. And it's also going to increase my pedestals by quite a bit, because I get 1 pedestal from him, and then I get 1 pedestal for every teal performer. And I have 2 teal performers in that row. So I'm going to actually bump up my pedestals by 3. Actually, I like this playing on, and it's going to cost me, it's going to be free for me to put into play. So I'm going to move everything over, score myself 7 victory points, and bump up my pedestal 1, 2, 3. And also I'm going to go back here and I'm going to score myself those 7 victory points to get me up to 30. I like that. I like that a lot, putting that in. And plus now I have the magician's symbol for that performance. Okay, let's take a look at what's going to happen in my Automa's opponent. They're recruiting once again, and so there is no level, there is no lion up here. Sorry, elephant. Their preferred is the purple, and there are a couple of them. They will take this one because this is just the furthest to the left, and that is just going to go into their area. And the one on the right is going to get discarded. I feel like that just keeps getting bumped. Oh well. And then we will reveal and reveal. Okay. Okay, so we both still have not put on any performances. Let's keep the good times rolling. Let's go over to myself. I think I'm going to go now to... I think I can go to... Ooh, I might go to Philadelphia. No, I don't think I can reach it. I only have 1, 2... I can only move 4 spaces. But I could go to I could go to Baltimore. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Baltimore is exactly 4 spaces away. Let's do that. I'm going to come over here to Baltimore. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do not have the dog tag to get the extra pedestals, but I am currently sitting at 8 pedestals, which means I could put it on a performance right there. And I can either draw myself 3 performers or 5 victory points. 5 victory points sounds really, really good. 5 victory points does sound really, really good, but also I need some more. I do need some more performers in order to hopefully score in the New York bonus regions. So I think I will do that. I think I will try to grab myself some performers. Yeah, I will grab myself, what did I do here? 3 performers. Let's take a look at what I can grab here. I know one that I am eyeing up is going to be, I want to put on this performance. I do want some people that are higher than the lion. The lion is an 11, so maybe the strongman. Oh, or the cannonball lady here. 2 points for every teal level performer in your area. And I got a couple of those already, so that's actually going to be really quite good. You know what? That actually seems like one that I will grab here. So that'll be 1. And then I'm going to grab a few more, a couple more. And I think the ones that I am going to grab, I think the ones that I will grab will be just off the top here. So here's another one off the top there, another a purple performer, and then I will grab one off the top again, and another purple low-level purple performer. Okay, so those are going to go into my hand here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I am good on my hand limit. Let's keep it going. That. I put on a performance, which means Barnum is going to move over here to Cincinnati. So, and then look, he's going to keep jumping quite a bit. Let's go to the Automa. And they're going to put on a performance, and they get a 2 pedestal bonus if they go to a medium city. So they are now, their focus is going to be the region that is going to score next, and they do not have the majority in this region, so we're going to have to come to the Washington region. And let's see what is going to, do they have the 9? Yes, they do have the 9 level performer. So we are going to there. That is going to be their focus. Can they get there? They currently can go 5 spaces. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3. They can definitely get there. So they can get to Washington, D.C. before me. And let's take a look at their area. They have the 9 level acrobat. So that's going to score them 6 victory. That's going to automatically score them 6 victory points. They are the first ones there. That's going to be another 3 victory points. So that's going to be 6 and 3. That is 9. And they actually even have a yellow. They even have an animal to the left of that card, which means they're going to even score some more bonus points. So they're going to score 10. They're going to score 13 victory points for getting there. So 13, 1, 2, 3, and 10 is going to be 31 points. They have surpassed me. And they are putting on a performance, which means Barnum is actually going to move up here to Youngstown. All right. Well, okay. Well, I knew that was going to happen. They beat me there. I knew that was exactly going to happen. Let's take a look at what we are going to end up doing. We still don't have the 9 level performer, so I can't perform in Washington, which means I'm going to have to either put on a small town visit, or maybe keep working my way towards recruiting for the. And you know what? I think I might actually do that. I might just start working my way towards the New York performance. And I think I'm going to be able to do that really quite well. I am going to put in a performer here. I'm going to put in a performer. I'm going to put it in this. Actually, I'm going to go over to my area here. I'm going to put in this 6 purple. Okay, this 6 purple here. They are going to go into the middle row here. So I am going to move this lion over, put him in. He gets to go in there for free, because he is less than that 11, and it's going to increase my pedestal by 1, and I have covered up. I get to grab myself a performer ticket for free. So which one am I going to grab here? Actually, I don't think that it really matters. I'm actually just going to draw one off the top here, and it's another 10 level elephant. Well, that's not the best, but that is going to be what I am going to do. I'm going to recruit that person. And Sure, that's going to be that. So let's go on over to my Automa opponent and see what they're going to do. Probably put on a performance, and they're going to get they get an extra 2 victory points for their performance. And okay, where are they going to go? So they've already put on there. Let's go in. They're going to go into either Baltimore or Pittsburgh, whichever is going to get them the most victory points. And they have a lot going on in their area here. They are they have 6, and they have both bonuses for Pittsburgh and Baltimore. So they got 6. They'll be able to put on 7, 8. So that means looks like Pittsburgh will be their best bet that they will be able to put on. Since they have 8 pedestals, they will actually be able to go right here and grab themselves 5 more victory points. And now they are starting to run away with it. Okay, and they put that on, so now the Barnum is going to move forward 1 more space. On to us. I am thinking, oh gosh, I don't even know what I am thinking. Maybe I start working that New York region there. I'm looking at Philadelphia. I can probably get. I am currently at 9 pedestals for my performance here. So I think, Philadelphia sounds like a great place to go put on a performance. And Philadelphia wants a magician. I have a magician in my possession here. So I'm going to get an extra 2 pedestals. And to my 9, so I'm at 11 pedestals. So I can actually get the max bonus on... I'm going to get the max bonus on Philadelphia here for 10. And you know what? I think this time around, I am going to take those 7 victory points for myself to get me up to 37. Just pull myself within. And I put on a performance, which means Barnum is going to skip over, and is going to go there. So they are 1 town away from Washington and triggering the next scoring. All right, so now we're going to go over to the Automa area here, and they're going to grab themselves a performer and increase their pedestals. Now, let's see here. What performer are they going to take? They do not have the elephant. They don't really need the elephant anymore. They look like they want animals. They have a couple options for animals. They already have those options for animals. They already have level 5s. So now they're going to go on to the next highest that they don't have. They have the 13s. They have everything that is available. So they are just going to discard. What I believe happens here is that they are just going to discard the next the right most. Yep, they are just going to discard they're just going to discard the rightmost card for themselves this time around, since they already have all of those options in their tableau. And there's the 10 level elephant that they're going to finally maybe get. Okay, and now it's on to my turn, and I think this time around I am going to do another recruiting, because I have lots of money to be able to do this, and I am going to recruit this cannonball person, and I'm going to put it to the right of the lion. It's going to come up another train icon on for me. I'm going to have to spend $3 in order to do so. So the one that I'm going to discard is I'm going to pay for it with this 5 right there. And so they are now into my tableau. That's going to be that. On to my opponent. They are going to, they're going to recruit again. So the pedestal's going up. They are going to recruit. They don't have the 10 level elephant, so now they're going to finally take it and put it into their tableau here, which I'm just going to try to organize a little bit for ourselves. that-ish. And yeah, that's going to be that for them. So now we are going to go into our time, and we are going to put on a performance. We're going to hop on over to New York City, New York, New York. Because I do have the 11 lion. I do have a purple to the left of them. I do have a teal to the right of them. So I'm going to get max victory points for my performance in New York. I'm going to get 6 plus 4, that is 10. Plus 5, that is 15. Plus 3, because I'm the first one there, that is 18 victory points for myself. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 10, it's going to get me to 55 victory points. And just once again here, I had the lion, a purple to the left, a teal to the right, max victory points. And I have a dollar icon that I should draw a money card for to help me out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am good for my card limit. And so I have another performance in there. And Barnum is going to go forward. They are in Washington, D.C. now, but I do not have this. So at the end of our opponent's next turn, that is going to trigger. So let us see what our opponent is going to do. They are going to put on a performance, and they get extra 3 movement if they cannot move as far as they. So right now, they do not have a majority in this region. So they are still going to focus on this region and put on a performance. And since they've already went to Washington and they've already went to Pittsburgh, and they're going to come over here to Baltimore because I believe they can do that. They're going to come all the way over to Baltimore. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can reach there. And let's see here. For Baltimore, they are looking for the wolf icon, which they have. That's going to give them 2. They have 8 pedestals plus their 2 bonus, so they are going to get the full max 10, which means they are going to get 7 victory points for their performance. So another 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're going to close that gap ever so slightly more. Okay, and sure, I think that's going to be their turn. So they put on a performance that is actually going to move Barnum again. And now we will score this region. They have the most, 1, 2, 3 in that region. So they will score the most for 10 victory points. So 10, that means they come tie with us. Then we are tied 2 and 2 with the imaginary third player. And since they are in Washington, they actually get the second place, and we get third place for only 3 victory points. Ouch. That sucks, but hopefully I'm going to make up for it in the New York region. All right. That was their turns. This is going to now pass back to us. And so now they are on their way to New York for the final little bit here, and it is our turn, which I think we are going to try to get over to Buffalo for our next performance. That's going to be probably the best for us. We can only travel 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3, and Buffalo is 5 spaces away. But luckily, I've held on to this little ditty that I can actually discard this card for 3 extra train movements, which I will do. So I'll discard that 3. So I have 6 train movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to stop in Buffalo. I do not have the clown icon, so I don't get the extra 2 pedestals, but I am sitting at 9 pedestals. So I will grab that 9 victory point spot there. The 9 pedestal spot for 7 victory points. Oh, and a money card. I'll grab my money card right now. And yeah, so let's go. And that is going to be what? 7 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. And I put on a performance, which means now they are going to Barnum is going to move into Baltimore. 1, 2, 3, looks like 4 more performances until they get to New York City. All right, now let's see what our opponent's going to do. They are going to put on a performance. So now we're going to move over. Now they do not have a majority in the New York region. They are going to go to New York. And it looks like they can get to New York City. They have 5 movement. So I will move them over 1, 2, 3, 4. They can get to New York City. As they do have a lion. Yep. So they can put on this performance. They have the lion. And they have a purple to the left and a teal to the right. So they will get max victory points as well. They are going to be second place. So they're going to get 6. 4 is 10, 15. They are going to get 16 victory points for that performance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 10 is going to give them 71. Whew. Okay, so there they go. They are going to start rocking it in there. And that moves them. That moves Barnum Noble up 1. Okay, on to our turn. Now, what am I going to try to do is I want to put in some performances. And one performance I am going to do is I'm going to hire a person. I'm going to hire this person here, this other acrobat, and they're going to put them into this row right here. It is going to take away another one of my movements. That does suck, but I'm going to put them in there. I have to pay 2, which I will just discard this $2 right there. But I did fill up another column here, which means I get to put in another final scoring card, which I will take this one, and I will cover up this pedestal icon and decreasing my pedestals by 1, but I think that is okay. I've done all of the pedestal scorings that I'm going to possibly do, so I'm going to put that one in there. It's right now currently worth 7 victory points because I got into 2 of the major cities. Okay, that is going to be that one. If I can only just get I forgot to refill my ticket form. If I can only just get the 9 level performer, I can come down to Washington D.C. and maybe do a performance there. But yeah, let's move on to our sorry, did I? Oh gosh. Oh no, I recruited a person. That's why. Yeah. Okay, so now we are going to go on to our Automa opponent. And they are going to put on a performance. And it looks like they will either since I already took up the highest levels on each of these, they are just going to go to the nearest one, which I believe will just be Philadelphia. And they have 8 pedestals already without their bonus. So they're just going to put 1 into Philadelphia here and grab those 5 victory points. So they're going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Barnum moves to Philadelphia now. Okay, and then it's on to us. Let's see. Let's take a look here. What should I try and do is probably just keep going at, unless if I can get any more victory points by putting in some performers here, which I could probably do. Yeah, and he is worth that. What? Okay, so I think I will. I think I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put in a performer. I'm going to put in this 10 level elephant again. I'm going to put it into this row right here. I'm going to put it into this row right here. I'm going to have to pay $3 to do so. And I think the one that I am going to do is I'm just going to discard this 4. That allows me to draw a end of game victory point card, which I will. And this looks like I get points for every different numbered teal card I have. And then I get to also, since I filled up that column, I get to put in that victory point card right away, covering up another train icon. So I can only move 1 space at a time now for the rest of the game, but that is okay. I think the end of the game is near. It is nigh. So that is going to be that one. Perfect. I am okay for that. So let's go to my opponent. And they're going to recruit another card. Oh dear. Okay, so now who are they going to recruit? They already have all of the majors. They're going to recruit a purple that they don't have, which is this 12 that just came available not too long ago. And that's just going to, whoops, slide into there. You know what? Let's do it this way. Just so that I can help myself out here. I'm going to put them right down there. And put them right there. There we go. Okay. So they recruited another person. This is not on easy mode. So then this one goes away. Not like I'm going to be doing a lot of recruiting at this point. And let's take a look at what we can do on our turn. Not many more performances we can put on other than in small towns, which is probably not a bad thing to do. Probably not a bad thing to do. I can only move one space at a time, which I will just move over to Rochester, I guess. And I'll put on a performance in Rochester. That's going to get me 1 money card. I have 2 money card icons showing, so that's going to give me 3 money cards as my reward. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Could also just help me out by, this could just help me out just by maybe filling in some gaps into my tableau here. That is going to move Barnum up 1 space because I did put on a performance. Let's go to our opponent, and they are going to put on a performance. And where can they get to? I believe they can get to Buffalo. They can move 5 spaces. And it looks like they can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they can't get there. Oh, but they get 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they can't get to Buffalo in this turn with their 5 movement. Interesting. So that means they're just gonna go. They're gonna go forward and just put in a small town. Oh wow, that's actually really quite surprising. There, because that just moves them forward, and that just puts down just another thing for them, and it just goes on to our turn. We're going to end the game because we have the tile, so it's going to end on our turn here. This is our last turn. What could we possibly do to help ourselves out? You know what? I think I will. First off on my turn here is I am just going to cash this one in for instant 2 victory points. And you know what? Actually, I probably should have done that way earlier because I should only just do that when I get victory points. I'll just say that I did that right now. And then I'm just going to put in a level something performer. Maybe I'll just put in this level 1 performer. Sure. Yeah, I'll put in this level 1 performer into that middle row just so I can score myself 3 victory points. For that, 1, 2, 3. I'm up to 70 points now. Increases my pedestals. I'm at max pedestals now, but I'm just putting that in there just for the sake of putting it in because I am now going to trigger the end of the game, which we will now evaluate the New York region here where I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 to their 3. So I get the full 10 victory points. So I'm up to 80. They get 6 victory points for being second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I close the gap on them on that way. And now I have to I'm going to have to score my tableau, and we're going to have to score the automa here. So let's take a look at what that is going to look like. Let's come on down to my area. So first off is I get victory points for my performers. Each performer that has the little bucket icon is going to get victory points. So this is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I get 17 points for that one. So 1, 2, 3, and 97. Perfect. Next is we're going to kind of take a look at some of these end of game scoring criteria that are at the bottom of the cards. So this one is 3 points if there's a animal to the right, so that's worth 1, 2, 3. 2 points for every teal that's to the left, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 points for my first row. 7 points for the first row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I made the lap around. Next row, 2 points for if it's somebody to the left here, so 2 points. So this is going to be 1, 2. 2 points for every teal performer I have. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that's 8 points for the second row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And for my last row is if I get 2 points for somebody for a teal to the left, which is going to be give me another 2 points. Next, I'm going to take a look at is my end of game scoring criterias, which is, hey, how many different teals did I get? I got 1, 2, 3 different teals. So that's going to be worth 7 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got to 4. I put on 4 performances in the Indianapolis region, so that's going to give me 10 victory points. And I got to 2 of the major cities, so that's another 7. So I'm going to get 17 victory points from these 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus another 10 is 38. And that is all of my scoring. So now let's just see. We built ourselves up quite a bit of a lead, but now let's take a look at the Automa scoring. The Automa scoring is a little bit different. They are going to score a bunch of points. Let me just grab the little rule index here. Okay, so now they are going to get the points on their cards here. So let's take a look at let's see what they all ended up with. Go to their area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. They get 22 points for their cards. So 1, 2, 20 is going to give them to 104. Next, they're going to do they get the bonus point. Oh, I guess I got to put these back on. I got to put these back in order because now they are actually also going to score their bonus points that are at the bottom of their cards. So this one is 2 points for every animal to the left of it. So that's going to be another 2 points for them. This one is going to be the purples to the left, which I believe is going to be 3 points for the purples to the left. Let me just try to wrap it out here. Okay, so then 3 points for so there's 2 more purples to the left, so that's another 6 victory points for them. So they're up to 112. Then they're going to do this one, which is going to be 3 points for every teal to the right. So that is there's 2 teals, so that's going to be another 6 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's going to be teals to the left. There is none of them. This one's going to be animals to the right. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 6 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is just going to be if they have a level 7 teal. They do not have the level 7 teal. And this one's going to be 2 points for what train step they're on. They are on, which train step? They're on the 5. So that's going to be 10 points. So 134. Oh my goodness gracious. They have caught up tremendously. And since we are playing on medium, difficulty, we have to take a look at this stack, and we have to compare ourselves to every automation card that they have played. So they have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They played 11 automation cards out of their deck. So, and then plus 10 and 140. Oh gosh, we got crushed on the medium difficulty. Final score 145 for the automation spectacular automation show to my 138 on my for my performances. All right. Well, that is a game of 3 Ring Circus, the solo mode. Hopefully played with it with mostly correct rules. If I did make any mistakes, I will put them in the show notes below and try to maybe catch that in the post-production here. But I think that it was a fairly clean playthrough. And as always, if you haven't already done so, put a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell for whenever you want to see new videos come out. That is going to be awesome. Okay, folks, I've been Ryan of Mista Rau Gaming, and you folks have yourselves a great day, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you decided to watch this. And as always, thanks for watching, y'all. Cheers.